Welcome back again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So the resurrection of Joseph Parker continues. He scores a majority decision win over Zhilei Zhang. A lot of people are going to say, what do you mean majority? Parker won that by a mile. I'm going to upset the apple cart and say, I've got to be honest with you. At the end of the fight, I thought Parker's got this. No question about it. At least 2 points. I totted up my card. I had it 113, which was the same as one of the judges. But if you ask me, who would I rather be at the end of that fight? No question about it, Joseph Parker. Because, okay, I've got to probably if I scored it tomorrow, I'm sure I would pick it for Parker. Because don't forget, 113 is actually 7 rounds to 5 to Parker. It's just that Zhang got 2 knockdowns, which were 10-8s. And I thought probably the reason that I and all of the judges, actually, even the 2 that voted for Parker, the reason that we were giving rounds to Zhang is that for the first 7 or 8 rounds, whenever he hit Parker, he was shaking him. Now, he wasn't hitting him that much, but whenever he got close, even if they were half landing, Parker was shaking. And, I'm not saying he was stunned or anything, but that sheer weight of the punch was what the judges were giving Zhang rounds over. Now, I've no problem with Parker winning this fight whatsoever. Put a gun to my head and I think he deserved it. But I'm not going to bullshit you and say that, this is 10 minutes after the fight's over. I'm not going to bullshit you and say, well, I thought Parker won by a furlong. No. I can only tell you what I scored it, rightly or wrongly. I had it 113. But I don't begrudge Parker the win at all. What can you say? 4 fights last year, all wins. Cherry on top was the win over Wilder. That was supposedly the best win of his career. He's now bettered that, I think, with the Zhilei Zhang win. This was for the WBO interim world title, whatever the hell that is. The real champ, of course, is Alexander Usyk. And there's no doubt that Zhang, all 292 pounds of him, whatever it was, at 40 years of age, there's problems with the gas tank, no question about it. Because first couple of rounds, I thought he edged it. He was moving forward. I thought I was really worried about Parker. To start with, the first 3-4 rounds, I thought Parker isn't quite, he doesn't seem to enjoy this southpaw stance from Zhang because he was standing way too in front of, on the line with that potential backhand from Zhang. And sure enough, in the third round, over comes the left hand. It was not a surprise to me that it put Parker on his back. Parker got up. He had a cut across the bridge of his nose. Looked quite deep, actually. There was a lot of blood flying around. He might even have a broken nose. But Joseph Parker is tough man. Mentally very, very strong. And he was trying to sort of, like he did against Wilder early on, pot shot, counter, not get too greedy, make Zhang commit, which in the first few rounds, Zhang was doing that. But then once we got to the mid-rounds, Zhang already was flagging a bit, kind of open-mouthed. Now, he did score a second knockdown, and this was in one of the middle, I can't remember which round it was, one of the middle rounds where he got Parker on the ropes and then fired a combination. And God knows he didn't fire enough combinations in this fight, Zhang. But he actually, the right hook, I thought it caught Parker around the back of the head. In actual fact, it was just about legal, sort of here. And Parker sort of sat down or fell down. And it was really an innocuous-looking punch. But when you saw the replay up close, yeah, it landed flush. Parker gets up, and like I say, every time Parker was clipped, he shook. It was, can you blame him? I mean, the size of the man in front of him. But he managed to sort of fight his way back. I mean, Joseph, you take the third round knockdown. The fourth round, Joseph Parker was coming on strong. He was, this guy has got guts. He's got real metal about him. He's a quiet guy out the ring, but mentally very, very strong. And from then on in, from after that knockdown, I think was it the 7th round or something like that? The 8th round? I can't even remember when it was. I think it was either the 7th or the 8th. I'll say the 8th. And then the last, so what was it, 9, 10, 11, 12. The last third of the fight, it was all Parker. In fact, I think that what the commentary team said that Zhang didn't land a single punch in the 12th round, and that summed him up, because by the 9th, 10th round, he was huffing. Oh, my God, he was. And by that 12th round, he was knackered. It was all he could do to stand up. So, yeah, you can say definitely Joseph Parker deserved it. Even though I scored it a draw, rightly or wrongly, I'm kind of glad Parker got it, because he deserved it. When you look at the overall, effort and the overall achievement, if you like, it looked to me like he deserved it, kind of more than Zhang, because Zhang was just relying on raw power. He's walking forward and just trying to land that big punch. He landed it twice. He scored 2 knockdowns. In some of the early rounds, he was, going forward and, being quite proactive, but nah. The last third of the fight, he blew it. He blew it big time. And Parker came on strong and got the win. And now there's going to be a rematch, because apparently there was contractually a rematch clause in place. Where it's going to be, I don't know. This wasn't the most thrilling of fights. It was intriguing and somewhat absorbing, but it wasn't a thriller. Zhang was actually distraught afterwards. He thought he'd won the fight. Well, I think if he had escaped with a draw, he couldn't have complained, but he didn't. But where's the rematch going to be? Will it be back in Riyadh? I don't know. For all I know, they might already know, but they're just not letting on, or they haven't announced it. But a rematch, was this thrilling enough to warrant a rematch? It was probably close enough. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, we're on about Joseph Parker won this by a mile. I don't think he won it by a mile. All right, if you think he won it, that's fair enough, And the 2 judges that voted for, that scored it for Parker, one had it 114, 112, which is, I don't know what that works out to, right? 8 rounds to 4. I had it 7-5 to Parker. And a third judge had it 9-3, I think. But, yeah, good luck to Parker. I've got a lot of time for Joseph Parker, I think. I really have. And he's got this Indian summer of a career. At this latter point of his career, it's 5 wins in a row, 2 of them against top 10 guys. I mean, talk about the comeback kid. But there you go. What did you think? Who did you think won? I'm guessing you thought Parker won. Yeah, let me know your comments. Let me know what you feel. And, of course, as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please hit the like button as well, because they count them, apparently. We've got the big one to come, Anthony Joshua against Ngannou. Should be intriguing. All right, I'll do a review. Catch you later. Bye for now. Take care. Nice one.